Her college mind heavy with the teachings of Aristotle and Goldman Sachs, Hillary Cohen knew she wanted to change the world. Yet she wrestled with a question that haunted many around her. How should the world be changed? It was 2014, the spring of her senior year at Georgetown University. She had to decide what was next. Should she be a management consultant? Should she be a rabbi? Should she go straight to helping people by working at a nonprofit? Or should she first train in the tools of business? She had absorbed the ascendant message, all but unavoidable for the elite American college student, that those tools were essential to serving others. The best way to bring about meaningful reform was to apprentice in the bowels of the status quo. Her interest in world-changing, while commonplace in her generation, had not been inevitable given her background. She grew up in Houston, in a loving, tightly knit family of well-to-do Wall Street Journal subscribers, with a mother who actively volunteered in the mental health field and the Jewish community, and a father who worked in finance, municipal bonds, real estate. In addition to more conventional father-daughter activities like coaching her sports teams, he trained her in investment analysis. He had her prowl the mall as a little girl, noting down which stores had the longest lines. Sometimes he bought stock based on her observations, and when they rose, sang her praises. His career paid for Cohen to attend, from pre-kindergarten through 12th grade, the Kincaid School in Houston, a preparatory academy founded on a philosophy of educating the whole child and of balanced growth, intellectual, physical, social, and ethical. Her father dropped her there most mornings with a reminder to learn something new. As with many students at such schools, there was a fair shot that she would bask in the inspiring ideals, fulfill the community service requirement, and land in a lucrative white-collar job like her father's. But Cohen had also been interested in politics and public service for as long as she could remember. She had, she says, served in every student government position you can imagine from 3rd grade on. She had harbored childhood dreams of a Hillary Cohen for 2032 presidential campaign, dreams bolstered virtually by a Facebook group and physically by actual T-shirts. In high school, she served on a youth council for the mayor of Houston, took a summer class at Harvard called Congress, Policy, Parties, and Institutions, and interned on Capitol Hill. She ended up back in Washington to attend college at Georgetown, where she seemed to turn away from a trajectory like her father's and toward other sons. She had arrived with an osmotic interest in business and her own passion for politics, and with a vague inclination to ground herself in math or one of the sciences or some other hard discipline. But she soon found herself changing. She was not the first college student to be overtaken by idealism amid old stone buildings and green quadrangles. She took a freshman seminar in education and there read Aristotle's Nicomachean Ethics. She says that book influenced me most and probably redirected my course in college and then life. The Ethics, as she read it, challenged many of the assumptions about life's purpose that one might absorb growing up in a prosperous neighborhood in Houston, learning at the knee of a financier, and being groomed by a prep school to enter the highly selective ranks of Georgetown. The life of money-making is one undertaken under compulsion, Aristotle says, and wealth is evidently not the good we are seeking, for it is merely useful and for the sake of something else. It stayed with her, this summons to search for a purpose greater than the material. He goes through all the things you can mistake for the purpose of your life, she said. Glory, money, honor, fame. And he basically enumerates the reasons why, at the end of the day, those things are never going to fill you up. The only truly ultimate good is human flourishing. The class nudged Cohen toward a philosophy major. She also took classes in psychology, theology, and cognitive science because she wanted to understand how people grappled with these ancient dilemmas of how best to live. As she worked toward her degree, she decided that she wanted to pursue that idea of human flourishing for others. Like many of her classmates, she wanted to be an agent of positive change. If that desire was widespread in her cohort, it was perhaps because they were so often reminded of being among the lucky ones in a society with ever less grace toward the unlucky.